Welcome back to SYNLAB podcast. I'm still your host, Uchenna Amadi, and with me here is Dr. Badmus. Last episode, we talked about sleep disorders. We introduced it, and my mind was blown. I hope yours was blown too as well. But now we will be talking about strange sleep behaviors. All those people that used to talk in their sleep. Or we keep you here, you stand up, you go to another place, you continue your sleep. This is for you. So let's really understand what is going on. So Dr. Badmus, I would like to ask you to explain to us what sleep parasomnias are and how they differ from other sleep disorders. If you can, please give us practical examples so that people can, relate. And you can also tell us how it affects individuals during their sleep.
All right. So when we say parasomnias, we talk about issues around behavior when you're sleeping. So for some, it is at the start of sleep. For some, it is while they're sleeping. For some, it is while they're getting ready to get up from bed. Strange behavior. And it ranges from sleep talking, sleep eating, nightmares, sleep terrors. So in sleep talking, practically what happens, person just, keeps saying everything, uttering all sort of things in his sleep. Then in sleepwalking, the person actually gets up from bed, goes to anywhere.
That's the scariest one.
Anywhere. And the person can get into the kitchen, pick up something from anywhere, whether it's dustbin or whether it's something, picks up something and the person starts eating. The person can even go to the cooker and start cooking. Cooking what? God knows what.
That's
whether
scary.
It's plastic that is on the freezer, on the gas or something. But unfortunately, the person is still asleep. The person is half awake. For some people, they have something
Doctor, but that could actually be dangerous.
Yes, we're actually still going to come there. I mean, that is why in people with parasomnias, we always manage them with the people at home, with their family members, because this is somebody who can get up, bump into the wall, bump into, a slippery floor, a wet floor, and the person just, comes down with a lot of injury. But the truth is, they don't know. They don't know. They're just moving around and doing whatever it is. So for some people, this is very common. So all these nightmares that happen.
Yes.
It is actually part of a parasomnia. It's a parasomnia, actually. Some people wake up from... So nightmares, a lot of times when we say nightmares, we put it under... So we have sleep terror.
Okay.
We have abnormal sleep behavior.
Okay. So
in abnormal sleep behavior, somebody is fighting, acting out the sleep, big time. Okay. Whether it's fighting, whether it's Jackie Chan, anything, that happens in abnormal sleep behavior. Okay. But in sleep terror, these are people who wake up suddenly from sleep and they're screaming. Do you understand? I mean, in our own, that's one of the myths, actually. In our own, they will say, the person met a witchcraft. Yes. Maybe there was actually something that chased the person out of the sleep. But the Oyinbo men...
What is going on?
It's true now. But the Oyinbo men who coined the name do not believe in witchcraft.
Yes.
So they call it sleep terror. Then some people also, we already talked about the behavior thing that happens.
Yes.
There's actually sleep-related sexual disorder where in sleep... I know that sounds so interesting. In sleep, the person is either masturbating, is moaning, like the person is actually having an intercourse, but the person does not know what is going on. And they will say, they will say one husband.
From there.
He's having... the Oyinbo man did not see it as that one. The Yoruba called it a disorder.
Nigerians were in trouble because...
I'm telling you, I'm sure by the time our listeners listen to it, they'll be like, interesting, no.
but
I'm
worried for my country.
But the truth is, that is what happens. So in these various sleep issues, in these various parasomnias, these are some of the things that happen. Some people, then there's this sleep paralysis as well.
Okay.
When you just realize that you cannot move your limbs. Your limbs are completely weak. It looks like something is pushing you into the bed. I'm sure as I'm saying it, some people would think that one evil spirit is the thing that is pressing you down.
I have had that experience. I will talk about it, but not now.
One evil spirit and all this speaking in tongues and all of those things will start coming, will start binding and casting. The Oyinbo man does not know it as that. The Oyinbo man knows it as a sleep disorder. Do you understand?
Yes.
These are some of the common examples that we have. We've seen cases, practical examples. I mean, clients' cases where somebody just got up from bed, goes to the kitchen, went to pee in the soup pot, and went back to bed.
we say that the economy is hard. You will now say sleep
imagine
disorder make you
you
to go and pee in my pot of
that
soup.
10,000, maybe we will rinse it. We will rinse it. Ammonia is part of something now. We will rinse it and we will eat the food. No, but seriously, it is really a very interesting world out there with parasomnias.
People really don't talk about sleep. Like, I'm grateful for this opportunity.
You understand? There is a lot going on in that sleep world, trust me. And truly, people don't know it as disorders. We've seen cases where somebody got up from bed, took a knife, and stabbed the husband. Well, they claimed it was a parasomnia, but we don't know whether the person has done something with another woman. Wanted to.
Women were powerful. You don't do the do and say it is parasomnia. Blame it on something. But
especially
no,
if
it's not from my
US,
voice that people will hear this
they
one.
will say sleep disorder something now.
No.
You know, these are some of
looking at it. It's actually scary. You know, the extent to which the disorder can move you to go and do something that's
Yes. It can be. And they are not aware. They don't know what just happened. I mean, those who really have sleep disorders, they're not aware. Some people would leave the bedroom and go to sleep in the bathroom. They don't know what happened. In the morning, you wake them up and say, what am I doing here? So really, a lot of things happen in that world. And it is, we have different phases of sleep.
Yes.
In those phases of sleep, like the first one that comes is the non-REM sleep, where your body is trying to settle in, your body is trying to relax, heart rate is going down, muscles are getting weaker and all of that. That particular part of sleep is actually what we in lifestyle medicine call that refreshing part of sleep.
Okay.
In the past, people used to think is the REM one. That's the rapid eye movement. That's the one that happens. That's where, a lot of nightmares and all the Jackson thing happen.
Yes.
At that point, your eyes are moving. Your muscles are actually moving. Blood pressure goes up. So imagine somebody who has sleep disorder, who is always fighting one Jackson, fighting one Ogbanje. The person wakes up non-rested. Over time, the blood pressure goes up. It puts you at risk of a chronic medical condition just from the fact that you had a parasomnia. Are you getting the feel?
Yes.
So it has a lot of impact on even general health.
Yes, it does. It does. Well, thank you very much for that. This is, as we're going deeper, eyes are being cleared. Because, again, I think we underrate sleep. Nigerians sleep. Learn to sleep. It's very important. Please.
And it's the restorative one, actually.
Yes. Not the one that you will sleep and you are still not rested.
Don't use drugs to sleep. Don't use alcohol. Don't use anything. Because what happens when you do all that is when you wake up in the morning, you know something is wrong. You've not had a good sleep.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for that. So, discussing causes, frequency, and potential consequences. What factors contribute to the development of parasomnias? What are the things that could make you have them? Okay.
So, there is really no cause and effect kind of relationship. We cannot say this is the cause. However, we call some things risk factors.
Oh, yes.
Stressors.
Yes.
People who are undergoing stress.
Yes.
When you're excessively tired, those are the times that you say all bakadabra in your sleep, when you're super tired.
Yes.
And for some people, medical conditions.
Okay.
So for some people, it is also psychiatric issues. So mental health issues can actually make people have parasomnias. It can also make them not even sleep at all. Okay. That's insomnia as well. You asked initially that how is it different from other ones? So in parasomnia, it is like acting while you are sleeping.
Okay.
But the other ones can be you're not sleeping. For some people, they even have obstruction when they are sleeping. That's another type of sleep disorder. We call it obstructive sleep apnea. All those things. So anything that happens in your sleep that does not give you that rest would eventually now lead to the consequences. High blood pressure, mental health issues like depression, anxiety. The precipitating factor could also be a mental health issue. For example, somebody who has a post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, every time she closes her eyes, she's seeing that thing. Maybe the guy who raped her or something. Yes. It keeps coming back. Yes. That person has... In fact, the person cannot even sleep to start with. So that is like a cause.
That kind of person needs therapy.
So, we always say that there's a relationship between mental health and sleep.
Yes.
Mental health issues can cause sleep problems. Sleep problems can cause mental health issues. When people are depressed...
directly proportional.
Yes. When people are depressed, sometimes they either find it difficult to sleep or they sleep too much. So beyond you're not sleeping well, we also ask, are you sleeping too much? Because they have something we call lack of energy, lack of motivation. They're just there. You just want to stay there.
Okay.
The world around you is completely dark. There's no need to, I don't have any reason to reach out for anything.
That's scary.
Yes,
those people
it
can be
is.
suicidal.
We are very,
Just
very
from
correct.
lack of sleep.
You're very, very. Then substance abuse. Now that we have a group of youngsters, I won't say more than that, youngsters who seem to explore all sorts of combination of chemicals, and you're like, what exactly is going on? So people are having a lot of issues with sleep, either parasomnias or even insomnia itself. They are either not sleeping well, or they are even sleeping like they are hallucinating. So before you say that, that's drama that person is playing is because of something. Also, if it's somebody that is using substance, this person on the other side already, that kind of thing.
Okay, so please, just before we end this episode, so how can friends and family support people that have this?
Yes. So when you have people who have parasomnia, it is not for you to judge them, but because the truth is they don't know.
Yes,
they don't know what is happening around them.
They don't.
But what you can do for such person is to seek for help on time.
Okay.
It is not that when the person is doing Jackie Chan and doing everything, you're holding the person down. It has been happening back to back. The person needs to talk to a specialist. What exactly do you see in your dream? And this thing has been recurrent over time. The truth is, the world of medicine does not understand Ogbanji and all of that. We always have our way of running around things. So we have non-pharmacological and pharmacological. We always tell you about, psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. These are things that, we try to understand the experience. We want to live that experience with you. We want to walk it with you. So it is the role of the person living with that person with parasomnia, to bring the person out, and you try to then help. Even before you seek for help, somebody who keeps waking up and going to the kitchen to switch on the gas, you probably need somebody to stay with that person in the same room.
Anytime you mention that part, my heart skips because a lot can happen.
What are you saying? A whole lot can happen. So that person, we also say something about timed alarms. So if you have somebody who has parasomnia, the person sleeping next will have it's just that the person will not be able to sleep well. But yes, it is for a particular reason.
Yes.
So you have just maybe 3 hours. It wakes us up. We wake up. We are waking up like this. Then we now go back to sleep. That kind of thing. So that,
you wake
before,
the person and you go.
Before they all going out and doing all sort of things
Before they hit the ground running on their own.
Yes. These are things that, family and friends, you need to understand what they are going through. You need to support them in your little way possible. Don't say this person has been taken over by one evil spirit and she's going everywhere in the house. We are very, us now, very superstitious set of people. Everything is evil spirit. And we ask ourselves, what has our evil spirit done for us? I'm not saying this.
Dr. Badmus, please show mercy.
Let our evil spirit give us
money. Yes.
Well,
that kind of thing.
Good standard of living.
Exactly.
That's something.
Good economy. Not the other way around.
Yes.
Okay, and with that, we've come to the close of this exciting episode again. Yet another insightful episode, throwing light on parasomnias. So please, for those ones who have loved ones who have this condition, do not look down on them. They actually need help. The key is to look for a specialist as early as possible. And one thing she said that struck me, set hourly alarms is for a little while. You wake up together, you go back to sleep together. It is better than them going to hungers for you in the middle of the night because you don't know what is going to happen. Someone will just sleep and transition to glory. God forbid. So with that, we come to the end of this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow SYNLAB Nigeria on YouTube and Spotify. Please, please, please leave a comment. We'll be right back. Thank you.